Hey guys, happy Veterans Day. One of my presents for Veterans Day, I'm playing with it right now, is under Pages, along with Content, which is the actual pages themselves that we've created so far, right? So whatever pages we have on our website. Below that, of course, is Article Generation. And this is where we can generate content with commands or pages, and we can decide what to do with that materials, and we can create iterations, and we can create mass pages, really. So there's that. That's awesome. What's now happening is image generation. So I've been playing with this. I'm having a blast. I'm just trying things out, right? So for instance, we put in 3 different set points for the sizes. So far I'm generating the smallest, 256 by 256, and the medium size, 512 by 512. Don't have any 1028s yet, but I'm working on it. It's just coding stuff. And so we're keeping track of the date. We can delete things that we don't like, but take a look at this. You can decide how many images you want to create at a time, right? And so if I'm just taking a look, nursing home interiors, right? Then I just had one image of this size, right? And it gave me one. And let me see if I were to, I wonder if I can, Let me just see if I can make this bigger. The coolest thing is this. This is an image of a nursing home interior that does not belong to any nursing home anywhere. No one can say, hey, you're using an image of our home. No, this home doesn't exist. It was drawn. But it's perfect for just simply placing into a web page somewhere, right? For the purpose of indicating the point. I'll give you another one. Various cats sitting in the backyard. We had a few. I thought, okay, this is very different backyard ideas it gives every time you do this. Highway vehicle accident scenes with police cars approaching, And so it's giving this kind of a thing. It's great. It's not gory. It's not going to produce gore, thank goodness. Nursing home interiors that are comfortable and attractive. This time I went with larger, and I was much more specific about what I wanted. So if I view the images, okay, I did 3. Let me see if I can do it this way. Oh well, take a look. I mean, comfortable and attractive, interesting look and appeal, right? Whatever they are. And so I can choose to use whichever ones, or I can use them all if I'm doing mass productions. And then go back and just kind of like check the pages out later and see if there's some that I want to change out, okay? Because it's easy to do in the admin panel. Okay, so what have we got? Various cats sitting in different spots in a backyard, on the grass, on a table, in a chair. Okay, I did 3 of those as these larger images, and that's cool, okay? And so there's just different things that we can do here. I need to still get more specific. I need to decide what I want to do. Now, oftentimes this is messing with faces, and I think it's a likeness rights issue, at least when it comes to people. It could also be that it just has trouble deciding faces unless I tell it the expressions I want, because I've seen that. Draw a cat with a curious expression in a photographic mode with ears backlit, and the face in a slight shadow or something like that. But the image will come out clear. Everything's fine. If I say draw a white Siamese cat, I'll get one with a great face. I think I have to be very specific. So we're still playing, right? But look at this. I mean, these backyards don't exist. These tables don't exist. These chairs don't exist. These cats don't exist. And yet I've got these images coming out as fast as I want them, really. It's quick. So, yeah, let me see. And so our idea is you'd be able to generate images, check mark the ones you want to keep and save them, toss away the rest. This is a manual process, by the way, this part of it. And you can decide what you want to do. Now, I tried to give it the name of a brand that it probably doesn't know because it has not been on the internet long. When we say that the writers have studied the internet, they've gone through 5 billion pages and basically memorized them, all that information is at the ready for them to generate new things, right? And then they write predictively, right? They sort of predict how they should start based on what you said for a title and the guide points you gave it, basically the keywords. So you can tell it company names, locations, you can tell it angles to go in, you can give it a main title with some of those guideposts, and then some subtitles with guideposts. That may or may not be the same, but then you're going to get a really awesome output. And if you save that as your recipe, so to speak, your flow chart, of the steps to create that kind of a page, then you can say, give me a bunch of iterations of that page, and they'll all come out as good. So it's totally worth the time and effort to perfect. Now, we're going to take it a step further once we get a grip on this. And the only point I want to make was this. When those bots studied the internet, they finished studying it in like 2021. So they haven't seen anything that came out in like mid 2021 onwards. So when I asked this for boxes of a certain type, let me see if I can get this thing up. Yeah, it gave me this. And it's just a ton of boxes. You know what I love about it? They're not even in perfect alignment or anything. They're spacing in here. They're put up in different ways. You're seeing in different combinations. It's so cool, right? That it's like that. It looks so much more real. Now, obviously, I give it nothing to go on. If it did not understand the word I tier, which it didn't, I tier 100, all it did was boxes. That was it. That was the only command it probably understood. Maybe it understood it this way. 100 boxes. 100 torn boxes. I don't know. Still playing with it. But how cool is that? So we'll leave the manual image generation concept in here. And what you can do is check mark things you want to delete. Okay, to do it quick. If you want, check mark everything and delete it. You can just delete things this way. You can view the images this way. You know the sizes and when you generated them and what you called them and how many there are. So that much is awesome. But you can also download a zip. Okay, and so you just choose. I think download a zip will actually download everything that I have in here, even if I selected nothing. Let's see if that's true. I think so. Let's try it. AI art, and we'll try test batch. Okay. Showing the folder. Okay. Let's extract it. Right to here. Test batch. Huh. Okay, it's all the images we have in our system, but it even still has images I deleted from before. And that means I've got to make sure that deleting doesn't just delete it from your point of view, but deletes it from the back end to save on the space, right? That's pretty wild. All right, so anyway, having said all that, the coolest thing in the world is just being able to create a bunch of images onto your pages as you generate the pages. Most of the time, either you're going to need 256 by 256 or 512 by 512, but the images will appear. They'll be there on your pages. And they can auto-generate. So if you're going to do 50 pages, it's going to create that kind of thing. So here's where we're going with that, just so you understand. By the time we get to an article that was actually created, okay, and I've got to figure out the best way to explain this. Okay. Create the variations. How many do you want? Between 1 and 10 at a time. At this time, we'll teach this how to cycle so we can say how many sets. It's important not to do variation sets all up to 25 or 100. The thing can get lost. But if we say, just do a chunk. Okay, do the next chunk. Do the next chunk, right? Like just do it over and over again. Piece of cake. So we'll teach you how to cycle through those chunks one at a time. How many words? We'll put that in, enter the keywords for guidance, and then these are the subtitles, right? So each subtitle looks to the keywords for guidance, whatever the company name is, the location, the main point, whatever main keywords you're going to put in there. And so then when these subtitles write, then the page gets written from the top down in that order. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you do get to make changes to it. You can literally do it right now. So we're going to have something like image, that'll be a command, and it'll be like image right, maybe, for on the right-hand side. So it'll be image right, old carpet being removed from house. Oh, whoops. Okay. And then guess what? Down later on the page near the bottom, we can have image dash left, right? New carpet in house. Okay. And then that way, when we go creating all of our iterations for the pages, like 10 of them, okay, whatever the keywords are, you know, steamers, I just keep putting, words count, that's right, like 2,000. And I'm saying like steamers, carpet cleaning, right? Carpet replacement, Chicago, or whatever it is. Then when it goes creating these, the images will do their best to follow suit, right? Now the images don't look at the keywords, right? They don't look at the word count, right? They just appear, you know, and so you're going to put this clearly, right? In suburban house outside Chicago. Something like that, right? And you can do that. You can actually do that. And I did that when I was generating images in the first place for paver sealers in Winter Garden, Florida, and found that the images of the pavers, the bricks, the images of the machines doing the sealing, the people walking by, the trees and the flora and fauna in the background, and even the houses in the background, the backdrop, look like Winter Garden, Florida, that area of the nation. And all of it looked real, even though it wasn't. It was absolutely stunning to see just how cool it is for us to be able to generate things in such a way. So being able to generate images right in your content is where we're headed next. And that way, all of your pages have the content and the images generated at the same time. Isn't that neat? So this is a way to efficiently build lots of awesome pages for your website where you can decide these things, how this should go. The way to get involved for yourself is to go to website-installer.com and then click on new releases, right? All these websites are being outfitted with this stuff as we go. So whenever you get any of these things, you're in that group. So whatever you like, just check out live demos, see what they look like. Think mainly about a template that you like because it lays the information out the way you want. It doesn't matter what the industry is that you're staring at. That's why it's showing a mix. Like this is roofer here, but this could be anything, literally anything. You could have people running a marathon back here, and then this could be the sports drink they're drinking, okay? And then this could be a headline that has to do with perform better using our sports drink, and then this could be an explanation for that. This could be a order now or visit our, payment pay, see the size quotes or whatever, get on auto shipment. Could be anything, right? Anything at all. So it doesn't matter at all what it's about. When you look at the template, you don't care because you're going to be able to easily replace images that exist. There's a spot for how this image lands and a spot for how this image lands. And when you generate two roofer images and you upload them into the appropriate spots, they will do this. But it could be any other images. It doesn't have to be roofer. It'll be anything. So don't feel like the stuff is complex. It's not. There's a place where you put in bullet points. So when you put them in, it just creates the bullet point links for you. And you can change the colors of the bullet points and the colors of the buttons and the colors of the wording and the fonts of the wording and obviously the words. And so literally everything about this website is completely and utterly amenable and easy to change. And that's the reason that we're creating websites like this. They write their own contents, generate their own images, and do their own user tracking.